Let's start part two. Um, I might be asking too much of my phone to be processing the first video while I'm covering the second half of this, but let's see how it goes. I might have to redo this, um, but I'm gonna chill, watch this, maybe interact a little bit here and there, but I'm also gonna have a breakfast burrito while we're doing this because I haven't eaten anything yet. So let's go.
Gifts to me, Trans-Siberian Orchestra tonight. So first of all, congratulations on being 65 years old. Can we please get some birthday cakes and confetti in the chat and enjoy your orchestra? Do you know what? I actually really like. I wonder if there is a ballet going on, like the Nutcracker. I really like doing stuff like that as well. So enjoy your orchestra. I'm sure it's going to be phenomenal. I'm sure you're going to dress up nicely because these are the kind of events where you put on like ball gowns. It wasn't even ball gowns. And have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoy your birthday. And we have Anna Lindström gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Anna. Let's see who got a membership. Amber M.
By the way, the breakfast roller, the egg and cheese breakfast roller at Del Taco is, I believe, listed as 200 calories. It's not a big deal. I have actually lost 10 pounds since my last weigh-in at Kaiser. So I am now firmly within my healthy body weight range. Landing at 140 pounds for a height of 5'4" and a half.
Megan B, Anna, Hannah, Elisa, Smart Booby, and Budgie Mom got memberships from Anna Lindström. Thank you so much, and welcome new members. There is a dedicated playlist for the members, videos, live streams, a bit of everything. I haven't decided what we're going to do this coming week. Probably live stream. When I do them, I never really know. It depends on how my week goes, but usually it's on a Friday or on the weekend. But I don't know yet.
I've always just had trouble with stupidity, like just
so
nonsense. I can't stand it. It's a pet peeve of mine, and yeah, but other than that, I don't really care how much people think I weigh. I mean, I've shown my full body. I've never ever lied about my weight ever.
But people have done the side by side. You look bigger now than what you did when you claimed to be on a higher weight. So yes, this is why there is disbelief, because there's footage out there because you have been on the internet for a long time. But I don't know, maybe it is a case of that she just has lost muscle mass, that whatever muscle mass she had, and turned it into fat. Like, I don't know.
Never had issues with showing my whole body. Otherwise, I'd be cowering behind an avatar like everyone else that has issues with their weight, you know? So, I mean, I really, really just don't care. So, anyway, I gotta put a pin here before we go.
So I guess the question, Chantel, would be, what about those of us who are not hiding behind screen names, who are not hiding behind avatars, who are showing what we actually look like, and who are also saying we're concerned about your health, right? Sorry if I did a lot of bag crinkling there. But you can't say that everybody who's complaining about what's going on with you right now is hiding behind an avatar and a screen name. My name is Jenna Beck, and the picture on my profile is me. You can look me up, girlfriend.
I like how she doesn't care, but then she talks about it all the time. If you didn't care, you would just show like a legit weigh-in from the doctor's office, right? It would be super easy.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Pete's lie. Paolo, yes. When Pete stepped on the scale when he was like, 95 pounds or something like that. And, you know, whenever she stands on the scale, what's it called? English. Like when she stands, she claimed the scale wasn't rigged in a way, and like Pete stood and it was 95 pounds. That was crazy. Suing B Vintage, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it.
I don't really have much to say. I didn't show my cooking video. Sorry. I'm feeling a lot better. And I actually thought of a really, really fun exercise activity to do for my channel. And it's also a good way to show you guys more areas of Kuwait. I was thinking of doing a Kuwait walking challenge. So like one day I do walking challenge in like Souk Mubarakia, walking challenge, Al Qut Mall, walking challenge, Avenues Mall. There's so many places in Kuwait that are huge and you have to walk around, like a lot of malls.
I do agree that probably the best exercise that she could do is walking, swimming as well, but obviously she's not going to get in the pool. But she could do walking. I will be very curious to see how many steps a day she does. I bet she doesn't even do 1,000. Like, for real, I reckon she probably does between 8 to 1,200 steps a day, if even that. So a walking challenge, I think, would be fantastic to see. But again, get yourself a little Fitbit or some sort of pedometer on your phone. Share those stats. And but yeah, why not? You know, at least like aim for half an hour of walking a day. That would be fantastic. But you know, I don't think it's gonna happen. But walking, yeah, it's not too bad, especially if you sit down and stuff. Summer Cats, thank you for the super chat. Celebrating 1 year tumor-free. Thanks for the entertainment, distraction, and healthy eating inspiration during my recovery. Well, you know, congratulations on being tumor-free for 1 year. That is fantastic. And again, can we get some confettis in the chat for Summer Cats for being tumor-free for a year? That's crazy. I can't imagine what that must have been like to go through that. But to be recovered for a year, amazing.
A lot of parts.
The lighting, one pupil is larger than the others. So, you know, no hiding. I looked on the forums, and they were saying,
Beaches, a lot of
well, I don't know who it was that posted it, but apparently it could be a filter fail. But apparently this is something that happens with diabetics. That the vision starts going, like it impairs your eyes. So it could just be basically that the diabetes is going to the eyes. And this is potentially why one pupil is bigger than the other, or it's a filter fail.
Carnivals and stuff like that. I would love to do that. That would be really fun. It's going to be super challenging. Okay, I won't say I would love to do it because I'm scared to, like, when I think of how big the place is and how much I'll have to walk, and I have to try to find the courage within myself to do it. But
it's crazy to me that she has to find the courage to walk. Like, I can't get my head around how going for a walk is scary for somebody. I'm sure it is for her, just because she literally gets out of breath putting food away in the fridge. So her stamina and endurance is non-existent. So I imagine just walking for 10 minutes is a lot for her. But also it's crazy to me that it is like that. You think
The Biggest Loser used to do these challenges for their contestants where they put weights, they were like bags on their body of what they started at, and they had to drop the bags as they went through a course that they were, you know, trying to recreate the feeling of how having that much weight on their body. So I'd ask you, Luna, can you put 500 pounds of bags on your body and walk a course?
It's glycemic neuropathy of some sort. I have no idea because I don't know too much about diabetes, but I think that's what they were saying on the forums, that it could be a diabetic thing. Diabetes definitely affects the eyes. When my mom was able to finally get her diabetes under control, her eyeglass prescription got lower than it was. That's awesome. It's a filter fail. Diabetes causes nerve damage, including to the optic nerves. There you go.
I think that would be really, really good content to do. I just want to do glow up content, you know, because I really need to do it. Like, I don't know.
You're a mean one.
I don't know.
She says these words and she just looks away because she knows she's not going to do it. It's like, I need to do this. And there's no conviction in the words she's saying because A, she knows she's not doing it already, and B, she knows she's going to fail. And it's kind of sad to not have that determination, and it's kind of sad that she not, like, you know, I mean, like it's Chantal, but for anybody to basically not be able to believe in themselves in such a way. You know, she's talking about literally going for walks, and look at this face. She knows she's going to fail because she knows she's not going to do it. So, like, for me, I can't, obviously within reason, you know, I'm never going to become an astronaut, but within reason, any be able to set themselves goals challenging goals, hard to achieve goals, but they should also be confident and believe in themselves enough to know that they're going to achieve them. But the fact that she just knows that it's just never even going to happen, it's crazy to me. Like, I just don't understand how somebody can have so little drive and conviction, so little willpower, and just be like, yeah, I'll just say the words, but just like she says the words, knowing full well, you can tell by her facial expressions, because her body language completely gives her away, that it's just not going to happen. And I just find it I just find it crazy. There we go.
I have to say that these health issues, more than anything else, even more than the clots and the embolism in my lungs, more than anything, hysterectomy, this is really scaring me, you know, for some reason, because I just feel it. I just feel like I really, really can't mess around. And so,
hold on, I was just reading the chat here.
This is really scary.
I just want to see her facial expressions versus, because she's saying she's scared, but how's she looking?
Me, you know, for some reason, because I just feel it. I just feel like I really, really can't mess around. And so,
Duper's the light there. I'm sure she is scared. I'm sure she's scared because obviously, like, you know, a lot of people from all kinds of angles, that's not even the right word, many people are telling her that her health is a problem, not just haters, but she's getting feedback from all kinds of people from the fitness community, within her comment section, from her supporters, from doctors. Like, everybody's telling her that, like, your health is in a very dire situation. And she knows she needs to do something about it. Is she that scared? Probably, yes. But she knows she's not going to do nothing about it. And that's what we're seeing in her facial expressions. You know, the looking off to the side is denial, lying. Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing that Chantal doesn't realize, is that her body language and her facial expressions give her away massively. And a lot of it is subconscious, and some people are able to control it better than others. But she's very, very bad at managing the facial expressions and Duper's lights and stuff.
Yeah, I need to hold myself accountable.
155 likes, I can't tell. If that's the case, then we should definitely get some more likes. So please do like the live stream, guys. It helps me out enormously. I know it's a bit annoying when YouTubers do this, but it actually does make a big difference. So please like the live stream. I would greatly appreciate it.
I saw some comments where people are like, you did this to yourself and blah, blah, blah.
She did do it to herself. Granted, her upbringing didn't help. You know, the fact that she remembers her first packet of crisps, and the fact that all she dreams about is fast food, and the fact that nobody in her family cared enough for her to feed her properly and nourish her properly, for sure. Like, it's not a good starting point to life, but once you become an adult, you are responsible for your health, your mental and your physical health. Is it harder for some people when they've been brought up from a certain way, and they have a shitty start to life? You know, they come from she doesn't come from an abusive family, but, you know, people just have shitty lives sometimes. People do not have the great starts in life, but at the end of the day, it's still your responsibility to try and fix it. And become a productive member of society and become a productive human being. So yes, granted, she didn't have the best start in terms of, you know, being fed crisps and being sat in front of a TV and just have McDonald's. But at the same time, you're 40 years old now. What have you done to try and fix it? What have you done to try and solve your mental health? Absolutely nothing. You know, and you've lived in Canada where this sort of stuff is available. It is free to some degree. Granted, maybe there's waiting lists. You've done nothing. You made a lot of money. You've done nothing with that, you know. So, yeah, you are, to a degree, over a certain age. Look, if you're a 12-year-old and you're morbidly obese, then, yeah, no, you haven't done it to yourself. Then it's the parents' fault. But it's harder. I will acknowledge, like, I can't imagine coming from a family where everybody eats fast food. I'm sure it's really, really difficult to break that cycle. But at a certain point, as an adult, you are responsible for your own actions and for your life. And again, she knows that because Duper's delight looking away.
I'm not going to say that this is an excuse. I fully agree that I have to take responsibility for my own health, 100%. Even if you're a food addict, then you need to get help with your addiction, even if, you know what I mean? But, Yeah, I agree 100%. I have to. And that's what I'm going to try to do my best to do is just really take responsibility. Whatever I have to do now to get control of my health, I will do. I know people are like, you need therapy, you need therapy, you need therapy.
You know what? I don't know, guys, because I've got two chats going. I've got the chat going on the StreamYards and on my phone. And for some reason, I don't know why YouTube is doing this, but some comments are being held. Now, luckily, some of our moderators are handling this, but I have no idea why some comments are being withheld, because I'm looking at them and they're not even what's the word I'm looking for? They're not bad. Like they're just not people making normal comments, but for some reason, YouTube is showing me here that I have an option to show or hide them, and I literally don't know why. So if that's happening to your comments, I have no idea why.
Twitter does that too, where they filter content that's going down my feed, saying that it, based on my settings, whatnot, this might be graphic content, and I'll click on it to see what it is, and it's like perfectly normal shit. And I don't know why their algorithms for moderation are so bad.
I have no filters. I basically never block anybody. So if it's happening, I don't know why. This must be a new YouTube thing. But just know that it's not me that's doing it. Or none of my moderators are doing it either. So if it's happening, it's like a new YouTube thing, apparently, that they're just hiding comments. Just to let you know, if your comment is not showing or is being hidden, it's because it's happening and I don't know why.
I hate talk therapy. I hate it. I've been in therapy so many times in my life since I'm 15. I've seen psychiatrists. I've been to the outpatient binge eating disorder place where they just...
Yeah, but you can't just go once. You need to go for a prolonged period of time. Visiting somebody once or twice is not the way to go. Dusty the Venus Flytrap gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. Who got a membership? Susie Manusi. Oh, I like that name. Liliana E, Catnip, Summer Cats, and right before Christmas, bitch. I don't know why that's not showing me. Hold on, a moderator it is. And Ashley Schaffer was given a membership. Thank you so much, Dusty the Phoenix Flytrap. I appreciate it, and welcome new members. So therapy. Look, I'm not a big fan of therapy. I've tried it a few times. Doesn't work for me. I know exactly what my issues are. I know exactly what's caused them, and do I know how to handle them? Oh, I think so. To some degree, yeah. I know how to handle my issues fairly well. Obviously everybody has their up and down days, but she doesn't like therapy because in therapy you need to sit down and you need to reflect and you need to be honest with yourself. And she doesn't like to be honest with herself, and it's difficult. So you need to deal with things that are traumatizing and to face them head on and accept them and move forward. And that's not always easy to do. But just because you've gone to a therapist, that doesn't necessarily mean you've put in the work. And also, sometimes you have to look around and find the right therapist and find the right person, just like personal trainers and coaches or whatever it is. I need to start taking Bulgarian lessons at some point, which I'll probably do in the new year because we're already in December. But when I do that, I might have to go through several tutors to find one whose style I like. So there's nothing wrong with that. But for her to sit here and pretend that she's done all this work, it's like, no, you've done 1 or 2 visits, but that's basically it. You've never gone through really intensive therapy for a prolonged period of time. So
gave me Vyvanse, which made me feel like I was on some kind of drugs. And I've been through a lot of talk therapy. I've paid a lot of money for therapy, and I just can't. I just dread it. And it's not because it's hard to talk through things. It's just, I don't know. I can't get past the feeling that I just don't like talking to one-on-one with a stranger about it. I don't know. It's weird. And talking...
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. I can't get past talking with a stranger about it. So instead, I'm going to live stream about it to potentially millions of strangers, right? And then they're going to comment about this on my live streams or vlogs, whatever they are, and give me comment therapy, right? I'm sorry, if you're putting your entire life out online, you can't tell us that you're afraid of talking to a therapist because that person is a stranger to you. Give me a break. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what I did. There we go. Okay.
I understand that as well. Like, I totally get that. It is a bit weird, but at the same time, like, she has a very severe food addiction. The fact that her life literally revolves around food. She dreams about food. She thinks about food. Her memories are about food. This is not normal. Like, don't get me wrong. I fucking love food too, but there needs to be more to life than food. She has no other pleasures, and to fix that food addiction, you are going to have to go through therapy, because it's not normal to recall your first bag of chips. I don't think a single person
Never underestimate the power.
remembers that, except for somebody that's severely food addicted, like Chantel.
To you guys, yeah, I just talk to the camera. Half of it I'm talking to myself, and then I'm talking to you guys, and it's like a therapy for me, to talk it out. So I really enjoy that more, honestly. I mean, that's fine if therapy's really worked for you. And I have been in therapy I did tough it out a few times that I've been in counseling, and I don't know, it's just not for everybody. There's not one size fits all for remedy. So there's many different ways to achieve something.
And obviously none of it has worked for you so far, because you haven't tried anything really properly for a long period of time, and B, you've never put in the work to make it try. You've got to give something time for it to work. You can't just do something once or do it for a day or two. It's like, even when she did the diet with the metformin, or she had the insulin shot, she was expecting it. Obviously, it's going to have some effect immediately, but she thinks she can eat healthy for a week and like have a healthy blood glucose level and be down 100 pounds. It doesn't work like that. Things take time. Therapy takes time. You have some very severe issues. This is not going to be fixed with 1 or 2 therapy appointments. She probably has to be in therapy maybe for the rest of her life, starting off with maybe once a week to go to once a month to once every other month. Some people just need to be in therapy forever because they just have such severe issues, and maybe she'll be fine. I don't know. But
well, and also there's nothing wrong with going to therapy. Lots of people go to therapy. It's very helpful to talk through your feelings and get some feedback on that and be able to work out your problems. I mean, check out Peter Mon's channel. He talks about therapy all the time. Therapy that he personally is doing, therapy he's doing with his husband, his 12-step program. He's going through lots of different ways of talking through his issues to be healthier and happier. It's not there's not a stigma around this anymore like there used to be back in the 80s or maybe even the 90s and stuff, but it's been pretty commonly accepted that it's okay for people to go to therapy to work out their problems.
Yeah, I think she just wants results to happen like that with not a lot of work. And unfortunately, nothing in life comes easy. For some people, yes, some people are lucky, but most of us, we need to work, and we need to work very hard.
So I'm just trying to...
You are not a natural bodybuilder, Slap Pepe. No, I'm absolutely not. I am juicy as fuck. I'm natural now, though. I haven't been on gear for a month. But yeah, no, I'm not natural. Not even remotely natural. I mean, look at these fucking gains. There's no way I am natural. No, I'm not. And I've never pretended to be natural. I'm too juicy, far too juicy. I'm a proper muscle mummy. I'm not a natural bodybuilder. No.
I don't know. We'll see. But for now, I'm trying to stick to healthy eating, medication, trying to go to bed earlier, which really sucks because I hate the day. Like, I know I always say, I like nighttime, but it's healthier apparently to be a day person. I don't know. Anyway, nothing really new to talk about. I just wanted to update you guys because I know you guys are worried about me. Like, if I'm gone for a day, think that I'm dead. And I know there's a lot of people wishing me dead, which is just like...
Yeah, Chantel, of course it's healthier for you to be a day person, especially at your age, because you're probably at the point where you need more vitamin D and calcium, right? You're entering that stage of your life where you know, you might even approach menopause faster than most people, because I think you said that you already had a hysterectomy and other various surgeries. And also you have this obesity issue. And so most of us in our 40s start getting advice by our gynecologist, which I hope you're including that as part of your health care, is getting your regular mammograms and your gynecology visits. Um, our gynecologists start telling us around the time that we turn 40 that we need to start getting more sunlight. You know, that you can't stay inside all day, girlfriend. And now you're covering yourself entirely in clothing. So the only thing that you've got is your face, right? My gynecologist told me to get 15 minutes of sun on my chest every day to get the vitamin D that I need. I'm 49. I'm not a lot older than you. I'm 9 years older than you, or maybe 10. But I was probably around 40 when I started being told that by my gynecologist.
Messed up and says more about you than anyone else. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to die. So,
Well, we will all die. This is unfortunately the natural cycle of life. We will all die. But the fact that you are this sick and you have such little mobility and all of these health issues, as horrible as it is to say, the reality is that you're lucky to make it to 50. And that's just the reality of it. Based on weight and health issues, you just don't see a lot of super morbidly obese people that are over the age of 50 with such severe health problems. And I don't want that to happen. I'm not putting it out into the universe. But to say, like, I'm not going to die, well, we all die. You will die. This is just what happens. But you're speeding up the process significantly by, you know, being in an unhealthy state. Now, if she genuinely is working on it, she could live a lot longer. But time will tell. We'll see over the next few weeks. We will absolutely see over the next few weeks, because the blood glucose levels and the lack of fat loss, visible fat loss, will tell us whether or not she's sticking to the diet that she's claiming to be on.
yeah, even if out of spite, I don't know. Stay mad. I'm not going to let this kill me. Even if it's out of spite, I'm not going to die. So
I find this such a weird comment to make. Like, why would she? Does she genuinely think that if she said that does she? I don't understand why she would say that. I'm not going to die. We all die. I just don't get it. It's a very weird thing to say. Interesting.
used to it. Get used to staying obsessed. I don't understand how the people who are wishing that I would die or making jokes about it probably smoke like 50 packs a day and sound like they're on death's door more than I am, are close to my weight, and also would have no job.
I love how she is. I mean, this is a kind of a funny picture, but she's so unbothered about reaction channels that she just constantly has to address them. If you are so busy living your life and like improving yourself and working on your health, why are you constantly worried about what people are saying about you? I don't get it. For real, it doesn't.
Well, and also, why is she trying to cast aspersions that anybody who's watching her and commenting on her must be smoking that excessively when she herself smokes, right? I mean, she's been smoking.
If you're generally that busy, you don't know what people are telling or what people are saying. So, I don't know. I don't think anybody's wishing death on her as such. It's just a fact based on the medical records that she's shown and shared that she is not healthy, and she is kind of a medical marvel at this point that she is doing as well as what she is doing, you know? So it's very strange. Who's FFG? It's French Fried Girl. It's a reaction channel. She basically reacts to mostly Chantal. They are like arch nemesis, basically.
No content and would have.
They always go back and forth. She's a bit of a she's a Marmite type person. You love or hate her. I don't necessarily dislike her. I sometimes think she's a very strong girl. Yeah, it's like here or there. But yeah, she's her and Chantal are literally like arch nemesis of each other. They just always go at each other, and it's kind of funny from the outside to a degree. But yeah, she's the reverse Eugenia Kuhner. Yeah, she basically is.
I have to go work at a shawarma shop.
French fried girl did
If
say
I do die,
BBJ.
if I die, you're all screwed. The ones
BBJ. Yeah, French fried girl did say BBJ. I don't know if she has BBJ. I think BBJ is with somebody else. But regardless, the cat is still alive and in a better position now.
making money off of my back, you're all done for.
And the story behind that is BBJ was Chantel's cat in Canada, who she was neglecting, who was not getting vet treatments, who had serious problems, medical problems, and she abandoned her cats when she moved to Kuwait. So French Fried Girl got in there and adopted that cat from the person that she left her cats with, and took the cat to the vet, got all of the medical issues treated, got the claws clipped because they were apparently like growing all the way back into the paws and stuff. It was getting bad, right? And so whenever French Fried Girl goes online, she talks about how Foodie Beauty, Chantel, is an animal abuser. I think that, yeah, she's neglectful, absolutely. But more so, I think she's just so wrapped up in herself and feels like she's trapped at this point. Oh gosh, here we go with the room tour. She's so trapped in her own world of, oh, woe is me, I can't stop eating. Oh no, now I'm taking a medication that makes it harder for me to eat because I feel full all the time. Well, that's good for you, girlfriend. That's a good thing. You should have some sort of appetite suppressant at this point, because it's a long hurdle for you to lose enough weight for your blood sugar to normalize. And like Luna said, I am not a fitness expert at all. I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, and I've gone up and down in my weight too. So all I can do is just look at this and react to it. But I really don't care about like her love life and all this other bullshit that's going on. I want to see her be successful. I'd like to see her actually lose the weight and become like the biggest loser of the internet, right? Like in that sense, where you lose so much weight that all of a sudden you look great and everybody's following you because you're doing fun, exciting things with your husband, and you're going out to various, like, show us like almost like a family channel or like a travel channel or something like that, where you're like, look at how awesome my life is now that I turned it around. That would be such a huge success story, right?
So you better wish them around a long time. Anyway, you know what I mean? What would you do if your bread and butter dies? It's quite the conundrum. You hate me, but you need me. Sucks to be you.
In a way, Chantel's not wrong there, though, because there is, I'm sure that people will find other people to react to, but some reaction channels do just purely react to Chantel. Like, I'm doing it now because she's going through this health arc, and it's, it's Christmas time, so the assets is good, and I happen to have some downtime, and I happen to have a bit more energy and stuff like that. But the second Chantal does normal live streams and she does a normal mukbang, I'm not going to react to it because it's not my thing. But she is not wrong in what she's saying. If she were to pass away, a lot of reaction channels would probably, well, they would find somebody new to react to, I guess. But a solid part of their income would definitely disappear. This is true. But it's nothing to be smug about, because it's kind of like, it's your life though, bro. I get what she's saying. She's not wrong with what she's saying, but at the same time, we're talking about your life here. It's kind of serious.
That chicken pot pie I made.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Chantel. My videos are not monetized. I'm not hiding behind a screen name. I'm not hiding behind an avatar. I just genuinely am concerned when the eating disorder channels come across my feed. So like you, Amber Lynn, that Anna girl that tore up Target. These types of things make me sad that y'all out there monetizing your health issues. That y'all out there trying to get the most bang for your buck with basically what is a fat fetish. People who like to watch you eat. It's bizarre. And so for me, it's like watching a train wreck. But at the same time, I'm rooting for you. I'd like to see you actually be successful in this. I'd like to see you actually drop the weight.
Oh my gosh. With just a few tweaks of a recipe, you can make it a lot healthier.
This is true. Like a lot of the reaction channels do have other forms of income as well. But French Fry Girl does make fucking bank out on YouTube. She is always on the top listed super chatters out of the whole of YouTube, I think. So it would she would make an income still, but it won't make a difference to her. I not hating on her or anything like that. Good for her, fair fucking play. If I can do live streams and make $500-600 every time I do it, I'll do it too. Why wouldn't I? But yeah, it is. People aren't solely reliant on just her for income. Some people are more than others, but it will make a dent in people's income. Let's put it like that. That's for sure. But it's your life though. Why would you be smug about that? It's if I'm gonna die, you're not gonna have money. It's yeah, but you'll be dead. Who's having? You're not having the last laugh here. You're literally dead. That's not a win. You've lost everything, quite literally. It's weird. It's such a weird flex. I don't get it.
Instead of using lard or butter for the pie, you can use olive oil, and it makes actually a really, really flaky pie crust. I was surprised. I was so intimidated by pie crust, but it was so easy, so easy. I just put it in the freezer for maybe 10 minutes to make sure it's really cold. You roll it out, you plop it on top of the filling. That's it. I didn't put a bottom crust, just a top crust. And since my doctor was you can have a wheat toast or something, a little bit of whole grains per day. That's kind of like whole grain flour, whole wheat flour, not whole grain. So, I guess that's it. I'm going to get off of here and put the video out, I guess, whenever I come back. I don't know. But I guess that's all I wanted to say. Keeping busier, also helps. Working on projects and stuff really also helps. So, mental health, keeping busy,
I just haven't seen any weight loss in her face at all, and she's been allegedly on the diet for a week now, a bit more. I want to see scale. I want to see the scale go down, and I want to see the blood sugar readings go down, and guaranteed if she's on a diet, we will see it in her face, because people always show. Even 10 to 20 pounds is visible on people, even on big people, because I saw Amber's last weigh-in. When was it? She did a weight. No, the last one was she lost some weight after drinking. Before that, was she 5'16"? And when I did a reaction, didn't I say that she was in the in the 5 teens to the 520s? Scale eyes. I'm always I can just always gauge people's weight, especially with Amber and stuff. And I see when she loses weight straight away. Foodie hasn't lost any weight yet. Not from whenever, but since she started this particular health journey, she's not lost any weight at all. In fact, I feel like she's looking a bit more swollen now than what she was doing before.
So yeah, you guys don't have to worry about me. I'm doing all right. I always pull through. I don't let things truly defeat me, and I will beat this because
I will beat this. If I say the words, it will happen. if it's amazing. Like, body language is fascinating, isn't it? And her facial expression and body language gives away so much.
Honestly, it's like kind of like I feel angered at
Yeah, I shared
health
this.
problems and at myself. And I want to like beat myself, beat this unhealthy, self-destructive self and these health issues. They're not going to get me. Nope. Sorry. 6-pack health bark incoming and
It's just like, let's mute her for a second. So here's, like, just bear in mind, we're just gonna look at the facial expressions here. This is somebody talking about how they are gonna reverse their severe, dire health situation. She's gonna turn her life around and basically gonna have a 6-pack in soon. And like, if you look at what she's saying here, does that look like conviction? Does that look like somebody that knows, that is convinced in the words that they're saying? It's not. This is like, mute her and then listen to the words she's saying. And her facial expressions just give her away every time.
beat this unhealthy, self-destructive self and these health issues. They're not going to get me. Nope. Sorry. 6-pack health arc incoming and
Right.
The 6-pack though. Do you know how hard it is? I mean, it's partially a genetics thing. Like, I actually don't carry a lot of fat on my stomach. I'm the kind of person that when I am in my off season and I have a healthy level of body fat, I carry more fat on my ass and my legs, and like I'll have like cellulite on the back of my legs and stuff like that. That's more like how I carry my body fat. But first of all, Chantal is not that body type. Chantal is the kind of body type that carries all her fat in her stomach. And even if she managed to lose all the weight, I think it's impossible. Like, she would have so much loose skin, and like obviously that would have to be removed. I don't think she would ever have a visible 6-pack. I think it's literally impossible. And also, like, having a 6-pack is a bit of a weird goal. Like, I know people have this as a goal. People ask me sometimes, like, what can I do for a 6-pack? Lose weight. That's what you can do for a 6-pack. Like, having a visible 6-pack is just being low in body fat. So it's like when people were saying, when she was saying about Nader, but like, oh, he has a 6-pack. Yeah, because he's skinny. Like, anybody that is skinny has a 6-pack. Usually speaking, you can see the abs. Because having little body fat shows up. That's kind of how that works. But she's never going to have a 6-pack. It's a weird goal to try and achieve. But, you know, especially her and her body type. Like, especially her with her body.
As a dancer, as a waif, when I was a teenager and I weighed about 95 pounds, I was doing ab exercises every single day in all of my dance classes. I never had a 6-pack, even though I worked way harder than most people at actually trying to get one. And she's correct that it is hereditary. Like, for some people it's much more difficult to actually get to that point based on how you carry weight and you know, basically just like where, like, your body type and stuff. And I had a friend in high school who used to say that me and 2 of the other girls in the class that were my friends were shaped like bread boxes because we hadn't gotten to the age yet where our hips expanded. So we really had absolutely no curves, and we were just up and down. And none of us had 6-packs. And my 2 friends had almost no body fat on their bellies whatsoever. I just had a slight amount. not much at all, but even still, I was only 95 pounds and I was the same height as I am now. But that was because I was growing. That I went through growth spurts. It wasn't like I was like going through some anorexic sort of situation or anything like that. It was that I, had a growth spurt. I hadn't quite filled out to match my new height. And but even then, I was never able to achieve a six-pack. I've been able to get some definition, but not to the point where somebody would look at me and say, that's a washboard stomach, Never to that degree.
Type, is never going to happen. I mean, you can have implants. Yes, this is a thing nowadays. This is a thing nowadays, ab implants. But just the way she carries her fat, it's all in the stomach. Like, that's just, she's that sort of body shape. So for her to get a six-pack is going to be even harder. But yeah, why not?
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, of course.
So
she doesn't realize how hard it is and how much hunger how much she has to suffer and how much exercise she has to do in order to get a six-pack, to get that lean. It's never going to happen. And that's not to destroy people's goals or dreams, but for somebody her size and her body type, it's extremely unrealistic. And I think even with the surgeries, I still don't think it's going to happen. Like, I just don't know. I just don't think it's ever possible. There's so much damage has been done to the body that having a six-pack, there's a six-pack. Obviously, everybody has a six-pack. The ab muscles are there, but a visible six-pack, it's never going to happen. It's really hard to get that low in body fat unless you're naturally skinny and unless you naturally don't carry a lot of fat on your stomach. But yeah, for most people, getting a six-pack is hard. It's not about doing X amount of crunches or sit-ups or this and that. It's literally just body fat.
For all of you waiting for me to croak, do you not know?
A six-pack in time for Mount Everest. To be fair, if she had a six-pack, she probably could climb Mount Everest.
Me by now? Do you not know that I will do everything in my power for that not to be true? Yeah.
Yeah, but what have you done so far? You've had these words of conviction so many times, yet you're sicker than you've ever been. You've made zero progress. You get tired walking to your fridge. You can't walk for more than 5 minutes. And it's all well and good to sit here and talk the talk, but you have to walk the walk as well. Quite literally walk the walk. Because talking, words don't achieve nothing. Maybe temporarily give you a dopamine boost. But if you really want to stick it to the haters, and I implore her to do it. Because I would encourage it. Why not? But I am that kind of person. Half of the reason why I do a lot of the things that I do is because people have told me that I couldn't. And I am that I am that petty that if somebody tells me that I can't do something or that I'm not good enough, I'm going to prove you that I'm good enough and better than what you tell me then. So she should use these words, or these fighting words that she has. She should genuinely channel them into motivation to really stick it to the haters. But she doesn't, because she's too lazy. And it requires work, and she has no determination or willpower. So instead, she just sits here and talks words, feels good about herself for 5 minutes because she's, she was a Billy Badass on the internet, and then goes back to laying in the seal position, muttering, going through a comment section and watching my French friend go, as to say, basically.
I don't know. My defiance might just save my life in this case. Anyways, see you guys later. Bye. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Ta.
Alrighty, so let me just move this back.
I'm fairly certain that the smoking comment was directed at Karina Kaboom, because she does talk a lot about how she is a smoker and that's something she's struggling with.
It does this weird thing. What are you guys saying? She has a six-pack of fruit juice, yes. Anyway, guys, I am going to go because it is 7 o'clock. I need to take my dog.
Well, I very much appreciate your videos, Luna. I think you do a great job. It's great to get the feedback from somebody who's actually in fitness, knows a little something about diet, and can give us, you know, some healthy perspective on what's happening here without adding all the vitriol of some of the other channels. So thank you very much for that. For those of you watching my coverage of this React, I will be putting the direct link to Luna's coverage in the description. Take care.